I was muted that entire time. So what I've just said, and I'm sure someone on YouTube is going to comment when we start this, is that this hand is excellent. So what this deck wants to do is it wants to put Syzygy on the table, and then it uses Syzygy alongside the Escalate mechanics to kind of combo through our deck. So what Escalate does is, when you play an Escalate card after it resolves, it puts itself back into our deck, and then makes itself and all other copies of itself more powerful. So basically, once we've played a bunch of copies of Violet's Caress, they will get stronger, and eventually they'll become free. And if we prophecy onto them with things like Lanupaw Sight, we can eventually just, like, cycle through our deck and, like, play all of these cards for very little resources. So I'm going to go ahead and play Syzygy out here. Opponent's likely playing Sapphire Diamond Control. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this Violet's Caress and just point it upstairs here. Yeah, I don't think I want them to counter the first one. I want them to make the rest cheaper. Is there an Escalate mechanic in Magic? I'm blanking on it right now if there is. So, Academy of Cerulea lets us look at the top 2 cards of our deck every turn, and one goes on the top of our deck and the other one goes on the bottom. So, I think I want to just make sure we put one of them on top of your deck. Yep, so I want the Shard of Cunning on top of my deck because I would like to draw it. Go ahead and grab another Blood. We don't actually have any double Blood Threshold cards in our deck, but our opponent doesn't know that. I think I want to lead on Focus here. This could be wrong. I kind of, like, don't really want to give them something to counter this turn. I also kind of want to get more Escalate cards into my deck before I cast something like Lanupaw Sight, because... Oh, right, yeah. So, Collective Brutality, that's Escalate. Yeah, so what Escalate in Hex does is it makes all the cards better every time you play them. So that first Violet's Caress I played went back into my deck, and now you can see this one does 2 damage. So they do a little bit more damage every time. They play a Darkheart here, that'd be pretty bad for us, because Darkheart makes us sacrifice something every turn. Yep, that's a Darkheart. Alright, well. So we're going to have to sacrifice one of these constants. I'm going to go ahead and Violet's Caress their dome here. Collective Brutality has Escalate. Thank you for the cheer, Canes. I appreciate it. Take a free Arcane Focus here, I think. I'm going to go ahead and start by casting Bounty of the Magus here, and I just want to go ahead and cast these before I have to sacrifice this Syzygy. And the reason for that is I want all of my Bounties of the Magus to become cheaper. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Lanupaw Sight here, I think, and then I can play the Sapphire Ice, and Sapphire Ice says we get to Fate Weave, so I'm going to choose to put an action on top of my deck. So my Violet's Caresses in my deck are free right now, and my Bounties of the Magus cost only 2. So I'm going to have to sacrifice this next turn, but the fact that those are free and 2 should allow us to snowball this game pretty quickly. I don't have a Psychic... I've got 1 Psychic Ascension in the board, but I think just, like, looping the Violet's Caresses should be more than enough to kill most people. Especially if we get, like, prophecies going on them. If our opponent has a lot of counter magic and interrupts, we could get into trouble, but I think on average this is fine. We're going to sacrifice this because we have to. Another Syzygy. Oh, that's perfect, actually. So we could play this. So do I want to play this now? Actually, I'm going to hold on to this Syzygy because I would like to... We'll have to sacrifice this next turn to the Darkheart. So I think I would like to wait on the Syzygy until I have a Bounty of the Magus to play out, because I would like to make all of my bounties cheaper permanently in my deck. Well, they had a Weave into Nothing, and they had another Weave into Nothing. Well, we've thoroughly been woven into nothing here. Opponent's deck likely doesn't play that many interrupts, and that's 2 of them. It's probably half the interrupts they play in their main deck, honestly. Which is a little unfortunate because we're out of gas, so we were hoping to kind of snowball with those draw 3s, like they are. Maybe I'm supposed to wait a turn on those when they don't have all their resources up. If we hit a Shard here, it's not the worst because we have our champion ability to create an Oracle Song, which would be nice. This isn't a super fast clock, it's like 6 turns. That's got to be something with Hearthstone's integration with Twitch, right? Because Hearthstone has an agreement with, or Blizzard has an agreement with Twitch about streaming or something like that, I believe. That's something that would have to be built into Twitch or some kind of browser plugin, I would imagine, right, chat? You could probably write that into a browser plugin, like detect the text and then mouse over it. There was something like that was similar for Magic cards that didn't work really very well. Another Lanupaw site, yeah. Alright, well, Shard's not the worst here, because it lets us activate our champion power and Oracle Song. The nice thing about these caresses is they buffer our life total a little bit. God, they have another weave? That'd be really unfortunate they just had 3 weaves in the top. Runebind. Oh, that's rude. So that, I'm going to play this Syzygy out so that way we can sacrifice this one and not this, and hopefully draw a resource next turn to make this Oracle. And they have a weave into nothing. Alright. Well. This is not a good start for us. It's a good thing I have a bunch of Into the Unknowns in my board because their deck doesn't really work very well without Darkheart. The deck that my opponent's playing did well. I was thinking about streaming with this too, but I think I've got 3 decks for tonight that I want to play already. We'll probably stream with this later this week. It's a version of Sapphire Diamond Control that's using Runebind alongside the Darkheart, which is a pretty good combination. But their opponent's deck definitely has a wrong half problem that can come up a lot of the time, where like they kind of just like draw the wrong half of their deck against deck like what I'm playing, and they just happen to have 3 weave into nothings in their first 20 cards, so that is the right half of their deck for this matchup. Into the Unknown. Okay, well this is a little bit late, but we can get this Darkheart off the table, and all of their other Darkhearts are gone, but this one's still here. Yep, I'm probably buried here at this point. We really needed these Lanupaw sites to resolve this game. We'll have to bring in some verdicts of our own post-board. Our opener was good, but we kind of fell apart against this Darkheart. Actually, it was the weaves that really got us, right? Alright, well, Transmogrifade. At least they don't play that many interrupts, so like maybe they're out. Give the old let them draw an extra card as well. I mean, I guess this lets us. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. So the ladder's about speed. Like we're like probably sub 5% to win that game. So like, oh right, I have Withering Gaze is not discard. That's so much better. Or not counter spells. That's so much better. Bring in my Psychic Ascension. The extra Into the Unknown seem great. I think I'm gonna trim Academies and a Starcaller Ancient. Seems reasonable. That's too many Into the Unknowns. Just 3 is fine, probably. I guess I really want to get rid of Darkheart. Yeah, I probably just want 4. Yeah, we're trying a different variation of the Escalate deck today. I could have Syzygy. Nah, I'm just gonna do this. I'll have to look into that, Jet. That would be kind of sweet if we get that something like that to work. Make the stream a lot more accessible. So Wells can only make a threshold if we already have a threshold, so this hand's actually pretty reasonable because we have Focus for a second Shard and a Syzygy and the Violet's Caresses, but because we can't make a threshold, we have to mulligan. So this hand's a great example of why Ice are awesome. So we only have 1 resource here, but this resource Fate Weaves when we play it, so we get to put a resource on top of our deck here. We're going to need to draw a 3rd resource at some point, ideally, but we're guaranteed to hit our 2nd here, which is nice. Maybe we'll be a true professional and put another Ice on top of our deck to guarantee a 3rd. Alright, sweet. We got both of our thresholds. They plan to do multiplayer at some point, the 2v2, but it's not currently implemented and they don't have a timeline for it. They've got other things they're working on first. And they don't currently support like a private draft feature where you can like queue up with 8 of your friends. It'd be kind of sweet if you could. I think I want to just get these bounties of the Magus going. So one of the things that's kind of small with this deck is this troop I could play out here, and it prophecies when it comes into play. We have 3 of our 8 Escalate cards in our hand. Ideally, we want to put our prophecies onto other Escalate cards. So that means we want to put these Escalate cards, cast them to put them back into our deck before we start playing our prophecy cards out. Yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree with you. I think the Ice are just better, except in aggressive decks that want Necropolis coins. There might be a small argument for Wakuna coins and control decks, like Wakuna coins are control decks like gaining life, but like control decks also like making all of their resource drops, so... Yes, would be very similar. We're playing kind of a blue-black, ideally like a combo-style deck, but our opponent's playing a control deck, and they kind of picked us apart last game. So now this Bounty of the Magus, if it resolves, will draw us 2 cards. And then our next Bounty of the Magus would draw us 3 cards if this one resolves. So they've been pausing here, yeah. So they have Weave into nothing, which lets them interrupt our card. It's a little unfortunate, because it means not only does it not go back into our deck, but we also don't get to redraw it then. Or we also don't get to escalate the rest of ours. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to go Thunderfield Elder into Starcaller Ancient. And what Starcaller Ancient does is, so this creates a prophecy into our deck. So the next action when we play it, it'll copy itself. And Starcaller Ancient says when we draw a prophesized card, this creates a copy of it. So that means if they don't get rid of this Ancient, and we draw an action next turn, that action is going to copy itself, and we're going to get 2 of them from Starcaller. And it looks like we're going to get to... We're going to get to keep Starcaller, so hopefully the top card of our deck is an action that this prophesized onto. Ideally, like a Bounty of the Magus or a Violet's Caress. So we have to sacrifice a non-socketed card here, so we'll sacrifice this one. Please be an action, please be an action. That's a resource. So the kind of awkward thing here is that if we focus into the copy action, it doesn't count for Starcaller Ancient. Well... This at least gives us something else to sacrifice to the Dark Heart, so if they don't have another Dark Heart and they don't have another piece of removal, we'll get another chance to draw the prophesized action next turn. The thing that's kind of sweet here is Thunderfield Seer prophecies as well, and it gives the action draw a card. So our next action is going to draw a card and copy itself, which means that it'll draw 2 cards. So the Thunderfield Elder prophecy or Seer prophecy gets doubled up by the Elder prophecy. Can we dodge second Dark Heart and removal, please? God, that sucks. Please attack me. That's alright. We could still be in this if we hit something good here. Alright, see, this is the card. So like this is going to prophecy, this is gonna play twice, and it's gonna draw 2 cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Violet's Caress first, again, because I want the maximum number of Escalate cards in my deck before I draw a prophecy. But now the next card, so like this, draws a card when we play it because it's prophesied. And this draws 2 cards when we play it because it's double prophesied from that one. And hopefully we hit a Bounty of the Magus or a Violet's Caress. Another resource there. Just go ahead and pass now. In our internal builds of Redlings, and I might stream with Redlings too at some point, we put more dual shards in Redlings because the resource base in Redlings kind of leaves some to be desired as is. Alright, well, let's play this Thunderfield Elder. Look at that, there's a Lanupaw site that does a lot of stuff. They can counter this if they want, but you know, it already drew the 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and play this Sapphire Ice and Prophecy a non-resource to the top of my deck, and then play this Lanupaw site out. 2 into the unknowns. That's pretty good. And when you play this, copy it. Sweet. So this is going to be able to take out both of these dark arts. So they're going to weave that one into nothing. Sure. So this guy's going to get to chump block one of these because we'll have to sacrifice it anyways to the dark arts. Okay, let's them draw a couple extra cards. We'll take 4 here. Guidance, sure. Play this out. Draw a card. So now, I'm going to go ahead and pass to my opponent, and during their ready step, I'm going to go ahead and into the unknown these dark arts. The reason why I'm waiting for the ready step is because these dark arts will make them sacrifice the Silver Talon Adjudicator. So now I can go ahead and play this into the unknown, and it'll copy itself when we play it. So targeting both these dark arts within the unknown. When this resolves, it returns this card to their hand, and then transforms it and all other dark arts in their hand and deck into something else. So if these both resolve, we would get rid of all their dark arts permanently. Let's see if they have another counter here. Alright, and then while we're still here, I'll into the unknown this other one. Just get those both out of there. So our opponent should not have any more dark arts in their deck. All right, 14 life here. Yep. Sure, you have an Oracle Song. And we have an Oracle Song here to guess up a little bit too. Ideally, we can find about our Bounty of the Maguses. We cast one earlier, so they draw 2 cards at this point in the game. Withering Gaze also wouldn't be a terrible draw. Get a couple of looks here. Here's a Bounty of the Magus. Perfect. I'm going to start with that, see what we get. So now our next bounty is going to draw 3 cards. I'm going to do this. No, they all turn into different cards. They could possibly be the same, but they aren't all guaranteed to be. I think I want to do this and just like double Starcaller here. They don't have dark arts left in their deck, so let's just get this down. Actually, I'm going to put the Syzygy down. I should have played the slow shard. I'm going to put I changed my line halfway there. I'm going to put the Syzygy down because they don't have dark arts. Getting this resolved to make my actions cheaper as I draw them sounds good. Kind of running out of gas at this point. If we need to hit another bounty, basically. We've already burned through a lot of our Lanupaw sites here. It's a little unfortunate. Oh, actually, this one was copied, right? So we actually have 2 Lanupaw sites left in our deck. Ooh, Sapper's Wallbuster. They could use that to kill the Starcaller Ancient. Yep. So you can see here when I zoom on this, this was previously a dark card. It was transformed into the Sapper's Wallbuster. Play this out. Well, the good news is, in 3 more turns, we're pretty likely to be able to use our champion power. Working our way up towards that nicely here as we float a little bit. It's possible with the amount of card selection in this deck, I could play less resources. Got 8, 16, 21 shards. I might be able to go down lower than that. Into the unknown Madork. Yep. Ooh, shackling strands. Volt Wrench. This must have been a dark card too. Your charge power costs -1 to you. Sure. This was also a. Yep. There's the dark hearts. Oh, yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, I think maybe we could have sharded too. I don't think the bot has set 7 cards in it yet. So it says into another random card of the same shard. So it shouldn't... That's probably a bug if it stayed the same. I would assume that another means it has to be different. That's a Psychic Ascension. That's probably going to bury us. I'll stay in it for a couple of turns. If we hit our champion power, then like this doesn't get countered with like Snowball a Bounty of the Magus, maybe we could get into this game, but they just had a lot of answers for our early interaction here. We're going to mill 3 cards here. Otherwise, it's bad for us. We lost a bounty. Slow burn here. So whenever they play an action, they're going to get a random troop now. So if they have an interrupt for our next strats, that's actually pretty good. Man, maybe we could get in this game. I'm going to wait a turn here and try and use my champ power next turn to Oracle Song, because I feel like if my opponent has an interrupt, they're going to interrupt my Oracle Song, and then we can play the Psychic Ascension afterwards. So I think like maybe we can beat one interrupt if we can get our own Psychic Ascension going. I have dueling dorks on either side of the table here. Force the Tome. Yep, you get some Phantoms and a Friar Tusk. So hopefully they only have one Weaver Verdict here. And then they Verdict the Oracle Song. And then we get... Actually, let's focus first, because there's Withering Gazes in our deck. Perfect. God, we might pull this out. Syzygy is not a combo with Psychic Ascension. Worth noting. Yep, there's the Weave. Okay. And then let's Oracle Song here, because they might counter this too, just to like try and keep us from getting traction going. And this could draw us another Withering Gaze to check the way first. Alright, let's draw us 3 cards. Let's try this. Sweet. Alright, well, we might be doing it, fam. What you got over there? Whole lot of nothing, you say. Alright. Let's ascend. Okay. Okay. Are we doing it? We might be doing it. I'm gonna hold this Withering Gaze for a minute, I think. Put this on Friar Tusk. Mill them a little bit. Play this out. Alright. Alright, don't call it a comeback. But it might be. Worth noting that these negative cost cards won't make troops because of Syzygy. So like I said, Syzygy with Psychic Ascension Paragon of Thought is not a combo. Is not a combo. Hopefully we hit another Bounty of the Magus. And snowball that into some Violet's Caresses here. Yep. The old 3/2 flyer. It's pretty good. It's decent on this board. Violet's Caress. That lets me draw a card. When you play this, draw a card. And then draw a card again. Sweet. This does 2 damage. Alright, well, let's shoot your flyer. Draw 2 cards. Oh, you know what? I should have played this Gaze first, right? They just drew a bunch of cards.
Jeffrey.
What?
I can't cope with them upstairs.
Alright, so Copycat's gonna copy Silvertel Adjudicator. That was a pretty big mistake on my part, because we had this Withering Gaze, and, like, I could have... This isn't in our deck anymore now, so that's pretty huge. And, like, this one draws cards, so, like, that's kind of a huge punt. And this might not even have something to take at this point. Honestly, maybe I'm supposed to do this before I do this, even. Just so, like, they might counter this focus. Oh, that's probably loose. Alright, I'll take the one that draws a card. Alright, let's go ahead and Withering Gaze you, see what you got. So, we'd be up a card right now. If it wasn't for my sequencing mistakes. My last name is pronounced Hoagland, long O. Hey, have a second Psychic Ascension? Sure. Alright, let's hit this. Just gonna Crackling Torment to get a random 3 here. Which kills their Coyotls, God bless. Yeah, so like I said, that one mistake I made is gonna probably cost us a lot here. Like, there's one less Violet's Crest in my deck, and we're down a card because of it, and they're not escalated. So we have 3 Bounty, 3 Violet's Caress in my deck at this point. I think... Oh, did I forget to do that? Oh, no, the Crackling Torment gave me a charge. I was like, did I forget to do that? No, we did. It got the Crackling Torment. The Crackling Torment gave us charge. Evening cruising in. Cruising on. Yep, sure. Also, I think on the back of the Escalate cards, they probably deck before we do, right? Not to mention this thing going on. So, like, if we resolve a Caress or 2, we can, like, buffer our life total a little bit here, too. This lets both of us Fate Weave every turn, right? Yeah. Neat. So we'll get to Fate Weave or to just draw gas the rest of the game, both of us. As much gas as we have, at least. Block my 2/2 to 3/2. Non-resource, please. Into the unknown. That's pretty bad. That's kind of funny. Well, that's a good insurance plan. It puts all troops into their controllers, or it gives us control of all troops and then sacrifices everything. So if they get something big and unwieldy, we can pull the trigger on that Waltz of the Damned. Yep. They might just deck out here, like I said. I was pretty sure we were going to lose this game too, and then our Psychic Ascension resolved. Yeah, it's good to have it. It's not a combo with Syzygy, but it's good to have one on the board, I guess. I guess maybe I could board these out in the matches where I expect to ascend, but this card's just good on its own too, so I think it's fine. Wow, they have a 3rd Ascension in their deck? Because we Withering Gazed one of those too. Gross. It's a lot of Ascensions, right? They're on 12 cards in their hand. Yep. They're down to 8 cards in their deck. I think their board's getting big enough now that I want to go ahead and waltz it. Especially with them only having 8 cards left. Yeah, that resolves. Wait, that's not going to work how they want. This is unique. So, yeah. Okay, sure. Alright, now we get to Fate Weave again. Unique, yep. Yep, it is in fact unique. Can confirm. They probably have another Interrupt in their hand here. That being said, like, we get a 7 cost if regardless of what happens here, so... let's lead on this, see what we get. Let's start with this, see what happens. Got a 5/7 flyer, so like we're either clearing the board or we're up a 5/7 flyer, so like, you know, deal. I don't think there's anything in her crypt from. They're rune snagging my waltz. Sure. Then I'm gonna play this Thunderfield Elder here. Which draws me a card, which draws me a shard, which recasts my waltz, which gives me a primordial cockatrice to make my opponent discard 2 cards. What a silly game. What a silly game we are playing. Here's my waltz. And now the waltz is on the stack on top of this, so like, if the waltz resolves, I'm gonna have a Thunderfield Elder afterwards. Oh, look at them all die! Look at them all die! Oh, no. Oh, we drew a bounty of the Magus. That's sweet. That's sweet. If this happens, we'll draw 4 cards. I would love to draw 4 cards. Oh, baby. Withering Gaze you? We're kind of going off here, chat. What you got over there? You have any... Oh, we did it! We won a game! I'm so excited. Alright, so... I'm just going to sit some bit. Seems the plan's good. Stick to the plan. That's sweet. If our opponent wouldn't have conceded there, we would have started casting a bunch of Violet's Caresses. And then draw more cards, and then cast more Violet's Caresses, because most of our deck would be Violet's Caresses at that point. This hand is unfortunately not a key. Maybe there should just be 8 ice in all these decks. This hand is great, because it has an ice in it. I'll get to guaranteed hit my 3rd resource. We'll go ice on 1 into slow shard for blood, Withering Gaze on 2. Perfect. Do this. I'll have a resource on top of my deck, please. Hopefully they only have 1 copy of Lanupaw's Sight here, and we're able to take it away with this Withering Gaze. What you got? Take away whatever their 3-drop is. Lorgoyle Curator. They have a ton of Psychic Ascension, so I really don't think that's the take. So I'm just going to take the Weave here. They can Lorgoyle next turn. I want to make sure this Lanupaw Sight resolves so we can kind of snowball that early advantage like they did last game. Hopefully we'll be able to capitalize on it a little bit better than they did, but I definitely think we just want to get this Sight going ASAP. They're passing, huh? That's super suspicious. They had Lorgoyle. I'm just going to jam this. We just have so many things that they need to counter. I think we're just supposed to jam them, and like that resolved. So they must just want to like play the Lorgoyle while they can activate it in the same turn, which is reasonable. I don't want us to just kill it outright. So we redraw next turn. I think we want to get these back into our deck before we play the Thunderfield Elder out here. At the very least, I want to get this bounty of the Magus back into my deck, I think. We want to, again, try and get some cards going to snowball some advantage here. Play this Blood Shard that draws a card. Play this Arcane Focus. With Love and Into the Unknown. Dark Heart's one of their better cards, and that's going to say bye-bye Dark Heart and all your other Dark Hearts. Did they just play a Blood Shard? Oh, it had the wrong... Oh, the Withering Gaze is still messed up. Withering Gaze shows the wrong art for some cards afterwards, so let's be careful and make sure our cards are what they are. I'm going to play this. I'm going to Violet's Caress this Storko. Again, just trying to get my Escalate cards back into my deck before I Prophecy. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and play Standard before, like, Wednesday or Thursday on Magic Online, because I need to wait for cards to become accessible, basically. Lorgoyle Curator, yep. Prophecy says... That's the Shard of Cunning. Play this out for now. I really don't want to Into the Unknown, the Lorgoyle Curator. I think I'm okay with him eating things out of my crypt here. Come sit by Dad. Oh, was your brother mean to you? You want a different show? Jerk. Took my Withering Gaze. So this lets them take cards out of my discard pile and put them into their deck. They chose to leave 2 resources up, so they must have a verdict here then, right? You wanna watch Sam?
Yeah.
You wanna watch Sam? Alright, it's a Syzygy. We're gonna hit my champion power here. We still have yet to draw whatever action this prophesied copy onto. They might verdict this. Like, trying to counter some of my snowballing advantages isn't completely unreasonable. I'm gonna go ahead and play Syzygy out before I focus here, I think. They might counter this. This is kind of an engine card for us. Yeah, so they do have a verdict, like we thought they did because of how they sequenced last turn. So we get to focus twice here. It's got the good old-fashioned copy on it. I would love a Violet's Caress, I think. Survey says for number 2. I would love a Withering Gaze. I'm going to wait 1 turn to play this Withering Gaze out, because I would like to give them an extra chance to draw a... I would like to give them an extra chance to draw a... counter. In fact, we might just save this until we have a... We might just save the Withering Gaze until we have a, what's the word I'm looking for? Until we have a card draw spell that we really want to force through, so that way we can check at the last possible second. Like, oftentimes firing off discard aggressively like this isn't right in these control matchups when you have it. You want to wait until you have something that you want to force through when you have plenty of resources, and we definitely have plenty of resources. Opponent's eating all the things out of our crypt, and they're using all of their resources to do it now, so I think they probably don't have any more interrupts. So, again, that's another reason to wait on the Withering Gaze until we have something to do. Try and not get beat down by this 2-power flyer in the meantime. Opponent creates an Oracle Song of their own, gets to draw a couple cards. So again, especially because they're going to draw more cards this turn, like waiting on the Withering Gaze is super good. Yeah, the graphical glitches were not fixed in today's patch, it looks like. It's another Caress. Alright, well, can stack these up to kill the Curator? That doesn't seem bad. Put a resource on top, or non-resource top of my deck. I'm gonna go ahead and Withering Gaze my opponent here and check for a interrupt. And I think I'm gonna double Caress this. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just double Caress this. If they counter the second one, they counter the second one. But they need to have exactly a 3rd verdict, and usually they only play 3, so the chances of them having a 3rd are kind of low. Runebind. Oh, that's pretty good. I guess they are playing Runebind now, aren't they? What really sucks is when this recasts, it's going to revert, so that means it's only going to deal 1 damage. It will still escalate the other one, so the other ones will be doing like 4, I believe. Runebind's not in... set 7's not in the bot yet. So, you want this? Okay. Dude, calm down. Should I Fate Weave if I want to draw the Escalate cards? I don't think I necessarily am at the point in the game where I really want to draw... Where I really want to Declan. I don't really want to redraw Violet's Crest at this point in the game. So, like, if the card I'm putting back in, like, if it was a Bounty of the Magus, I would want a Bounty before I Fate Weave. Not even necessarily. Alright, so that's going to kill their Lorgoyle Curator here at some point, which is nice. So we're going to have to lose our Thunderfield Elder here. And I think I'm just going to Into the Unknown now. And you play this draw card. I don't think I have any prophecies left in my deck, so let's just do this now. Do a damage up here. So, part of the problem with Immortal Limestone is that just, like, there's no tournament. There's, like, only the one tournament every other month for it. So, like, there really isn't a large incentive to work on Immortal. Like, I can't really play it for meaningful prizes most of the time. So, hopefully Hex addresses that at some point soon. Opponent's hand is all resources. So, the reason why I didn't... There were two reasons why I didn't wait till their turn to Into the Unknown their Dark Heart. The first is that I wanted to draw the card off the Into the Unknown so I could play it this turn like we did with the Withering Gaze. The second is that I wanted to make sure my opponent didn't have 3 resources available to cast Weave into nothing, because we didn't know they didn't have anything in their hand. No, I'd rather have the Escalate card back in my deck. Get a Gaze right before your PA. Yeah, and exactly. Like, my opponent would have cast their Psychic Ascension this turn had I... We might lose to this Lorgoyle Curator making randoms here. That'd be sweet. Definitely been on the other... I haven't been on the receiving end of that before. Been on the other side of it, but not the receiving end before. Jacob, it's okay. Mom's making dinner right now. Do you want some Z-Bar? Are you hungry? Do you want this? There's a Weave into nothing that we stole from them earlier. We're at a good, healthy 21 here from all of our Violet's Caresses. Love a Bounty of the Magus gas back up here. It's tough being 3 sometimes. You just can't get everything you want right when you want it. It's a brutal life. Life of Hard Knocks, if you would. The resource, beautiful. Where are my Lanupaw sites and my bounties of the Magus at? That's all I want. We are winning this race here, technically speaking. And they stop attacking because we are in fact winning that race. Okie doke. 2 more resources and we get to our champion power again. The coveted second Dreaming Fox activation that we've beaten our opponent to in both the games we've played so far. You got this 2/2. Shards turn into cards at some point, right? Into the Unknown. Yeah, I don't really think that's useful at that point. The Into the Unknown's after we've already Into the Unknown their Dark Heart. Guidance, sure. They've done 1 tome. So when they have 5 tomes, they start getting random avatars and dragons, which is kind of scary. Oh, crap. Fuck me. The stupid... It was a blood shard, so I clicked OK. The stupid bug got us. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna weave this into nothing, I guess. The graphical... God, that did that the other day to us, too. I just clicked OK, because, like, I don't care if a blood shard resolves. It was a Psychic Ascension, not a blood shard. That's really frustrating. Well, that's kind of a salty move to the stream. Man, that sucks. Alright, well, I get to draw 2 cards off of this at least, I guess. Man. Withering Gaze is triggering the bug, Penta. After you cast Withering Gaze, a bunch of their cards start looking like blood shards. Or a card that was in your hand. It's always Withering Gaze that triggers it. Always Withering Gaze. God, we'd be ahead. We'd be so far ahead right now if they... Well, if they can't answer this and we draw the Prophecy card next turn, we might be great. We are on kind of a real clock here. But, like, if we hit... Especially if we hit, like, a Violet's Caress or a Bounty of the Magus, we could snowball this out of control for both of them. Woo! So this draws 2 cards if it resolves. And this one does 2, and this one does 2. So let's target this here. Big bucks, no counter. Yep, sweet. All right. Well, let's cast. This does 3. This does 5. Let's kill this one here. Let's put this Violet's Caress. Point this at the dome. Draw 2 more cards. Oh, look, a Bounty of the Magus. All right, let's Prophecy. Play this out to Prophecy something. And this is us going off without a Psychic Ascension. We'll Bounty of the Magus to draw 3 cards. Wow, we didn't draw what we Prophesied onto. That's loose. Thunderfield Elder. And then I don't think I actually want to attack with this because there's a lot of random diamond actions that, like, destroy attacking troops. So I'm going to leave this back just in case. Not getting what you want is tough. I don't know. Thank you, honey. Look at that. A random card that affects the blocker. So we would have lost our Starcaller Ancient had we attacked there. And the next action in our deck is going to copy itself. And then it's going to draw a card. And if we have Starcaller Ancient in play still when that happens, we're going to get 2 of those. So that would be kind of insane. Awesome, Cruising, and you're the best. Alright. Hopefully, we hit our crazy Prophecy card this turn. Please, crazy Prophecy card. Please be a crazy Prophecy card. What a heck of a first match. What a heck of a first match. Woo! Look at that! Alright, draw 4, copy. And then draw an extra card. So this is going to draw... If this resolves, it'll draw 5, and then this will draw 6. Oh, look, they wove one of them into nothing. Sure, that first one's gone. This one's going to draw 5 cards, though. And then this one's going to... Oh, God. We're going to pick up all the cards. Please be a Syzygy. Please be a Syzygy in the top however many cards in my deck. Alright, so there was no Syzygy in there. Let's go ahead and play this other Bounty of the Magus and draw, like, I don't know, however many cards this is. This is... Look at... Oh, God, this is all I want to do in life is just draw all of these cards. Where's my Syzygy? Ah! Is there not a Syzygy in here? Seriously? This does 5. I feel like we could probably kill them, right? Let's play a non-slow shard. I have a couple of focuses. I'm going to focus. No, wait, I probably could have just killed them, right? Okay, I just killed him. I have 3 of these, so the first one does 7, and then the next one does 5, and then this one does... Okay, yeah, so they're just dead. I don't need to dick around. All right. Shoot you with this. This one does 8. Yeah! Get burned out, opponent. That's what's happening. We comboed. Yeah! The worst part about killing your opponent is you have to stop drawing cards afterwards. This is the absolute worst part, to stop drawing cards when you kill them. I would like the record to reflect that we could have drawn 20 more cards there. And I did not. I was a good boy and I just killed my opponent instead. And so, like, that's the problem with the Diamond Sapphire control deck, and why I don't think I'm going to play that deck in the CCS, is, like, random decks like what I'm playing, your control deck has to be tuned to beat a specific format, right? So, like, if there's lots of random stuff like what I'm playing, what other people could think up to play in the CCS, like, playing a control deck seems like a really poor decision. Because, like, opponents could just show up with something I'm not prepared for and destroy me. It'd be better if this was the Sapphire Shard, but this hand's pretty good otherwise. I'm just going to kill the crap out of it. Actually, they might have a Righteous Outlaw here, so I'm going to pass. This is quick, right? Yeah. So they have a Righteous Outlaw. Well, Violet's Curse the Righteous Outlaw. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Shoot that one. Having main deck life gain is so good. I'm gonna play that. Play the Starcaller Ancient out here. And then when we cast this, hopefully there's a resource or a troop on top of our deck that's prophesied. So the Starcaller Ancient's gonna double up for us. So this deals 2 and gains 2 at this point. They're fireballing that, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill this in response in case we draw a prophesized card. Just like that, so it doubles up this prophesized shard here. So we get 2 of those. They both draw a card. Declan does not like my dinner. This is a tap duel basically. So 0 here means it's a slow shard. So I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. I'm gonna transmog this, and I'm just gonna hold up into the unknown in case they have a Mama Yeti here. Nightfall. That's actually pretty good for them. It deals 1 damage to us every turn. This is kind of scary. This gives it +3 power. That's pretty good. Makes my Into the Unknown look really embarrassing here. I don't want Into the Unknown a Baby Yeti. Play this guy out. Copies in action. Play this out. Draw a card. Violet's Caress? Alright. This could find us Violet's Caress. Although I was hoping a Violet's Caress would get prophesized there. Focus twice. Alright. Focus for focus for copy focus for focus. For Starcaller Ancient, I guess. They have Mama Yeti here. We're going to be under the gun a little bit. Need to hit a Caress sooner rather than later to gain some life. Man. They're getting pounded here a little bit. Sapphire Shard. Oh, geez, I just punted. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, so I thought this was 3 and 3. So I'm going to Lanupaw Sight. I'm going to Starcaller Ancient here. If they don't have another piece of removal for this, we're going to double up a lot of things here in a second. Lasgar's Vengeance is their last card. Yep. Isn't it always the last card? Alright, so we really need to draw Violet's Caress here. Good news is we've got a Lanupaw Sight Prophecy plus a Champ Power activation to hopefully get us there. That's a Starcaller. Alright, that's decent. That's not gonna... Don't get 2 of those, unfortunately. If we get a resource, it'll copy. Syzygy. Okay, Caress, please. Man, and neither of those are it either. A lot of their draws kill us here. I think I'm supposed to do this first. I'll try it. We can still hit Caress here. And be able to play it because we haven't played a resource yet. We're going to 2 from this Nightfall. And we're basically out of redraws at this point, which kind of sucks. Flooded a little bit. Maybe there's too many resources in this deck with the selection of Fate Weave that we have. Very possible. Alright, play this. Draw a card. Last chance to Caress this turn. That's a Transmogrifade. Alright, so I think we're going to play this, and then... I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn here. I'm going to hold the Transmogrifade up in case they hit another Speed Troop. Discard, sure. We get a few redraws at... just did to, like, fireballs and lots of stuff here. We did win that one, actually. So I think I'm going to put this here and put this here. Just so this lives, because we do have a Prophecy on top of our deck, potentially, from the Thunderfield Seer. And if we hit a Violet's Caress, we'll just, like, win the game on the spot. Lanupaw Sight. Alright, well, let's start with this, I guess. It draws a card immediately. Violet's Caress, please. It's the only card I want to draw. Alright. This is a G. Well, if we fade a draw step out of them, we might be able to win this game still. We can go Syzygy into Thunderfield Seer here, and then we have to fade another draw. And we get a bunch more redraws the following turn. Please, 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 please. They can just draw a troop that doesn't deal direct damage, but even their Swamp Gases kill us here because this Nightfall is going to deal a point of damage to us, which kind of sucks. Discard this. Discard this. Come on, one brick. One brick. One brick so I get redraws. Please. Please, one brick. One brick. One brick. They have a lot of live draws in their deck, but all I'm asking for is a brick here, because just one brick so we can just draw a bunch more cards next turn. Alright, this is the first of our few redraws, so Lanupaw sight. Can we just hit a Violet's Caress, please? Pretty please? Cherry on top? They have like a fireball and they're like holding it in case we have like a halt or something. Alright, there's a Well of Cunning that draws 2 cards. God bless America. I guess I could Into the Unknown this, right? And then that gives me more redraws? Sure. Alright, those are redraws. Please give me a Violet's Caress. Please give me a Violet's Caress. Oh, there are 4 Violet's Caresses in our deck. And now we need the brick again. You know what? I could have Into the Unknown that last turn. I didn't think about that. Because they don't have blood cards. So this doesn't draw. This doesn't draw. That draws 2 cards. Bricks, bricks, bricks! We've been pretty unlucky here, so if they get a little unlucky too, that would be nice. Okay, play this one, draw a card. Oh, thank God. When you play this, draw a card. Look at all the cards. When you play this, copy it? Oh, God, that probably does it, right? This is about to draw 800 cards here. We're going to cast this first. There's only 21 cards left in our deck, okay? I think we could draw out here. There's a Violet's Caress that... Oh, and it copies itself. God bless us, everyone. Alright, we did it. They bricked twice, and now they're dead. Nice combo deck. Yeah! Yeah, this combo deck's sweet. Kill that one, gain some life. Kill this one, gain some more life. Start killing you, gain some more life. This is about... Things are about to escalate very quickly, chat. We're actually just going to kill them with Violet's Caresses this turn, probably, because this Bounty of the Magus draws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This Bounty of the Magus draws 10 cards. And our Violet's Caresses are now free. So, yeah. So this one's doing 6 to them. No, come back! Why didn't you let me draw my cards? I just wanted to draw more cards. That's so rude, opponent. I just wanted to draw some more Hex cards. That's not fair. Are you allowed to concede like that? I feel like that should be against the rules. Alright, so what are we doing? I could see arguments for Exarch of the Egg and Withering Gaze coming in here. Velodrum with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. Subscriptions are the absolute best way you can support my content here, so I appreciate that. I think Syzygy's a little bit slow and clunky. Into the Unknown was like okay there, but it's probably worse than like Exarch and Gaze. I think Academy's a little clunky. Put in a couple Gazes and a couple Exarchs, see how this feels. This hand has double Violet's Caress on the draw, and we have a Sapphire Ice, which is going to guarantee we hit our second resource on 2. So, yeah, I think we keep this. Maybe we want more ice in here. I think we're gonna cut a shard and go up. We're gonna cut a shard and go up some ice for the next match. Pretty nice. Yeah, I'm actually going to do this and play the Arcane Focus to try and hit a Well or a Blood specifically. Which I guess maybe that's a little loose. Probably want another Exarch as opposed to a Bounty of the Magus at this point in my life. I think I'm just supposed to slow shard there. This is really scary. Like, this is just like an attack for 4 on turn 2 because it gets to use it right away. This card's pretty good. Alright, it's a slow shard. It's unfortunate. Maybe we don't need quite this much fixing. We can cut a slow shard or two. Probably have too much Sapphire in this deck, right? I've got 8, 13, 17 Sapphire. I don't have any double Sapphire. I have Into the Unknown. I could probably cut one Sapphire source at least. Get for 4 here, yep. Use the Sapphire Ice. Yeah, I'm actually going to put a resource on top of my deck here, because there's a good chance we put a non-slow resource on top of my deck, and then if that's the case, we can go Exarch plus Violet's Crest next turn. I'll go ahead and Violet's Caress this one. My next Violet's Caress is going to deal 2 and gain 2. 25 is a ton of starting life. You're not wrong, Immortals. It's going on, speaking of. Alright, non-slow resource would be ideal here. Sweet. Paid off for Fate Weaving this to the top. So you get to go ahead and... I'm just going to Violet's Caress this now so he can't use it on his other thing. And then this puts us up to 15, so we've gained 3 already just with our main deck cards. Place Exarch of the Egg out and pass the turn here. Fireball, yep. Pop me for 1, sure. A non-slow shard would be good again here. It's kind of awkward. I think... I'm going to play the Sapphire Ice out here and put a non-resource on top of my deck, and then play this Thunderfield Elder out. We're 1-0. We beat Sapphire Diamond control. And then we are up a game in this match here. We've gotten to go off a few times. I forgot how much fun Prophecy Burn is to play. Yeah, killed my guy again. That's fine. If you have Starcaller out and you rune bind your own dubbed action, do you get 4 runes? I don't know, actually. I think so. No, that's not how that would work at all. All right, so you have a Bounty of the Magus here. You play this, copy it. Yeah, let's do that now. Just, like, draw 3 cards. The first one draws 1 card, and then it escalates this other one while it's still on the chain. This will draw 2 cards. Sweet. And now we get to go Seer into Exarch. They have Lasgar's Vengeance here. We're going to feel a little bit bad, but, like, when doesn't Lasgar's Vengeance feel bad? And we still have Violet's Caress to draw 2 to gain some life back next turn. Transmog that draws a card, sure. Hold that in case they have Mama Yeti next turn. Go ahead and Song before we Sight, just in case we had a Caress we can play. God, we finally hit a Caress. God bless. Alright, so... yeah, I'm gonna pass the turn here in case they play something scarier out. This gains us 3 now, though. That's so good. Kill this before it attacks. I think I'm going to hold on to this Transmog for now, because there's a 50-50 chance the Transmog turns this into a different 1-1, so that's not very valuable. Nope, we've been playing Fox the whole time, cruising in. Bounty, draw 3 cards. Bounty, draw 4 cards. Looking for another Caress here. Alright. Please show me Lasgar's Vengeance. Double Heart of Embers. Well, that's kind of terrifying. We're going to have to discard here. Okay, we got a Spider from the Exarch of the Egg that put eggs into their deck. That's kind of sweet. 10 out of 10 blocking here. And then we're going to Transmog this Heart of Embers when they play it. Not only because we want to get the Heart of Embers off the table, but it'll draw a card. And again, this is the graphical bug after you look at their hand, which is a little annoying, but that's what it is. Just looking for a Primordial Cave. Yep, deal. Play this out, and then this is actually kind of sick. So both these Elders and this Seer are going to go on to the same action. Well, I guess I actually want to play the Lanupaw site here instead of this. And the reason for this is, if the top card of my deck is a troop or a resource, I want to snowball into this action that's going to be very good sooner rather than later. Oh, Paragon of Thought cruising in is your champion can change based on cards that you play during the game. So Paragon of Thought is a special champion, basically. Are not going to attack into my 1/1 here, I assume. Yep. So Paragon of Thought that's not a champion that you could, like, register when you build the deck. You have to turn into it by playing the card Psychic Ascension. Alright, looking for this action that's prophesized. Oh, that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's going to be the game. So let's and actually, I want to put the first one here, because the first one is going to resolve second. So this one's going to deal 4, and then it's going to draw us a card, it's going to gain us some life. Oh, look, that's another one. And then this one's going to go up here. It's going to gain us some life and draw us a card. We'll play the Syzygy out here. I'm going to play this here Thunderfield Elder out. You got this other Violet's Caress. This one does 6 damage now when it draws a card. Is that good? If so, why? Please try to explain. God, this deck is sweet. I don't know if this deck is good, but it is sweet. Not sure about, is this against the Twitch terms of service? Is this legal? Oh, they made a Valor. That's adorable. All right. Shh. Go to sleep, little Heart of Embers. Go to sleep. Oh no! Come back! That was gonna draw 11 cards. Opponent. That opponent denied us like 30 card draws over the course of that match. Very rude. All right. So, anyways, let's fix the resource in this deck a little bit. I think we want to cut some overall and add some ice. So, I think I want 2 blood ice in here. Go up to 6. Seemed pretty good. And the life gain, right? Like, if you didn't play Hex before, so there's a card called Rage Fire that's rotated out of Standard that was in set 1 or set 2 that we kind of did a similar thing with, but, like, this is way more obnoxious. Quick Bird that heals, yep. So this is 10, 14, and 10, 14, no, this is 8, counting is hard. This is 8, 12, 14, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 14 and 12. Okay, I want 15 and 11. We're base Sapphire splashing this Violet's Caress, right? So I think that's what I want. Oh, that makes sense. And this gives me 1 more slot. I guess I could just play another Fate. Nah, I want to cut a resource, I think. What other cards are good in here? We just put a couple Withering Gaze in our main deck, I suppose. Nah, that seems loose. I don't think I want another Academy of Cerulea. I don't think I want another Syzygy. Maybe it is just like a Blood Ice. Just like add consistency that way. Let's just do that. Yeah, and it's not double either. Alright, let's do this. Very small change. Basically just added ice. Ice, baby. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ice, baby. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. The draw 2, discard 1. That might not be terrible. I feel like we have so many things that draw cards, though. Like, we're on 4 bounty, 4 sight, so, like, I'm having a good time with this deck. But I think we're going to play 1 more, and then we're going to try the Sapphire Diamond Escalate deck. I have a deck that's a similar shell, only it's playing Light of the Votives as the Escalate card of choice. send mail here really quick. Let's need some comments. The sweet thing about the diamond configuration, the Sapphire Diamond configuration, is that you get, not only do you get to play Cosmic Calling, but we also get to play the Coyotal Tribal resource. So we get to play another duel, which makes the resources even better. Another person playing Swamp Butt, okay. Hi, Declan. Seems probably a little bit slow. I feel like Swamp Butt, and this is one of the things I love about Hex, like, being able to know, like, what type of deck, your opponent's playing. I think this is generally an aggressive deck, which probably means this hand is too slow. I'm going to keep it. We're on the play. I'm going to put a non-resource to the top of my deck. Perfect! To play right on curve here. Academy of Cerulea is a little bit awkward with Lanupaw's side, but it's not the worst. It helps us find our Thunderfield Elder card sooner. A Swamp Butt and Swamp Gas, right? Ooh, a Charges Matters deck. So whenever they gain a charge, they're going to deal damage to us. I would love... I think I'd rather take a Transmogrifade here. We're not quite at a point where we're going to be comboing just yet. I'm going to play Thunderfield Elder out here. You want help? I think they did that backwards. I think they're supposed to champ power first and then Swamp Gas, but I guess the Swamp Gas already draws a card, so it's probably kind of marginal. Alright, well, neither of those are the droid I'm looking for. Suppose I'll put this, grab this ice since I'm playing a 3-drop this turn anyways. I guess I'm not playing a 3-drop this turn, right? Holding Transmog seems reasonable. They could play a 4 next turn, potentially. Yeah, I should have taken the non-slow shard there, I think, actually. That could definitely bite us. Forgot I had this Transmog. I was like, oh, I'm just playing a 3 so I can play the slow shard, but... This is a little awkward, so I'm about to bottom one of the cards from this Lanupaw site, most likely, but it's what it is. My opponent is changing course here. Maybe I'm supposed to just, like, bite it and do this. That's kind of close. They're probably a Phoenix deck, right? Yeah, like we have the Academy, too. Well, I mean, I guess I'll take this Blood Shard since it draws a card. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. That's actually pretty good. That means, we still haven't drawn the Prophesied action from this Thunderfield Elder, so if they don't kill this and we hit that next turn, we can... They can likely kill this, I assume. Like, they haven't played any actions yet, so I'm assuming they've got, like, Transmogs and Crebates and stuff in their deck. It'd be sweet if they don't kill this, but I'm assuming this is about to die. If they don't kill this, there's a pretty good chance we get you know, double a copy action here, which would be insane. Whoa! Oh, we're getting double a copy action, most likely. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Please. Please run good. It's not even running good, it's like running average. Be the prophesized action by tap 2 cards. Be all you can be. Oh. Oh, yeah. Put one on top of your deck. Yeah, that one right there. That bounty of the Magus. Oh. Oh, yeah. Copy. So this will draw 3 cards between the 2 of these. These Violet's Caresses are not prophesized, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and shoot this. Let's go ahead and do this and put an non-resource on top of my deck. Attack you with this. Maybe we should have attacked with this too, probably. Yeah, probably. There might even be a Merit holding Transmog up here in case they have a Phoenix or a Flickering Knob Gobbler or something like that. Yeah, I probably should have held this up instead of playing the Ice. I wonder if they got Ancients in their deck too. They're also playing Prophecies. Stifling Sting. Rude. I mean, at least it's not countering. That's actually really good against Thunderfield Elder. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and play the Caress here and then Bounty afterwards, so that way I have a chance to redraw that Caress. Gosh, I can't even hold all of these cards. I have to hold a Transmog up this turn, I think. We have a champion activation at the ready too. Alright, so we gotta discard 4 cards here. Probably this. I'm gonna hold 1 resource at this point. Into the Unknown seems... They could have something strange. I'm gonna bin... These are drawing 5 and 6 cards at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna bin this Lanupaw site. It's probably worse than the bounties. Sure. God, we're just both... This is... What a fun game between 2 people that can just want to draw a bunch of Hex cards. Fun. A fun and interactive game of Hex, if you would. I would like to block. Three mana, draw 6, you say? Colin, you so sexy. Draw me all the cards. Oh, baby, that's a Syzygy. So Syzygy's going to start making all of my things cheaper. Discard this Academy. So this one will draw 6, this one will draw 7, and then this one will make this one cheaper. But the Loot Champion, I think the 25 starting life total is worthwhile. The Looting Champion's kind of nice for triggering Starcaller Ancient, but I think the plus 4 points of life is super real. That's... Okay, like I said, my opponent is someone who respects the ability to draw a bunch of cards here, so they are about to draw a lot of cards. Hopefully we don't get burned out here. We are at 25. If they burn us out from 25, I'm going to be pretty impressed. Just like from 0 to 9 cards in hand. Oh, yeah. Whenever you play an action, get a charge. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's transmog this. Just get this out of here right now. Nip this in the bud. We have our Syzygy out now, so we're probably going to snowball and kill them next turn because of the Syzygy. Because, like, this bounty's going to draw 6, and then this bounty's going to draw 7, and this is only going to cost us 2, and then the Violet's Caresses are going to get cheaper. Only 36 cards in our deck, so... Opponent's got a discard. It's pretty unlucky. Swamp Gas deals 1... Oh, bless your heart. Is that better than Starcaller? Yeah, it's probably better than Starcaller Ancient at this point. So so the prophesied ones go back into, I don't even know how many cards this is going to draw, but it's probably just all of them. Alright, there we go. Alright, alrighty, there we go. And they can redraw itself, too, for reference. Alright, yeah, they are super dead. Alright, so now we Violet's Caress you. And now these Violet's Caresses are free. And then we Violet's Caress you. And then for the sake of drawing more cards, I'm going to start Violet's Caressing their board. Alright, what a kind opponent. They let us draw all of our cards. God bless. God bless. My opponent is allowed to concede at any point. That's not BM, okay? If they don't want to play anymore, they can hit the concede button. That's all I'm saying. They could have conceded at any point. I just wanted to draw some cards, okay? I am a simple person who is pleased by simple things. I just wanted to draw some hex cards, okay, people? Don't judge me. You can deck yourself. Alright, what are we cutting? I think the Academy's like the go-to trim. Definitely want these Withering Gazes. I think I want Psychic Ascension. Yeah, it's way less fun. Just do this. This hand's actually very good. We get to go Seer into Starcaller into Elder. There's so many sweet things in this format right now. Like if you haven't been playing on the ladder right now, like my opponent's Cosmic and I'm almost Cosmic. So like even at the highest point in the ladder, there are still people trying a lot of different things. And I'm really excited for this CCS. Like my team has, I think, 2 decks that we feel are reasonable to play. And then there's like a half a dozen others that we've tried that feel very competitive that we just don't think are quite consistent enough to play an event like the CCS. See if they have kill for the Starcaller Ancient here, or if it's going to get a chance to proc. I do not have removal for it. Alright. And that bounty, the Magus copied itself because it was prophesized from Thunderfield Seer. So I want to draw 2 with this. I want to put the Elder into play. I'm going to draw extra cards starting next turn. Because once we draw cards with these, then we could possibly double up whatever this copy's on. Whoa, you gotta be killing this too, right? There's no way you kill that before you kill this. Alright, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Peace, Pete. That's a good draw. I'm just gonna be resource efficient. I know we're gonna draw a prophecy card most likely here, but wow, we didn't actually. Sweet. Alright, well, let's play the Syzygy out. I'm just going to play defense here. I think we're the control deck of this matchup. If we had a non-slow shard here, it would actually be pretty good, because it means we could go Starcaller Ancient into Bounty of the Magus and possibly draw the copy prophesized card. Activate their Swamp Gas again. Sure. That's a slow shard. I'm just gonna be resource efficient again and do this, I think. Wow, we still haven't hit it. Okay. Well, yeah, I think at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and play this out as a slow shard here, and then next turn, I can play the Starcaller Ancient and then bounty for, this does 3 cards, and then likely find the copy action. Hopefully it's a Violet's Caress. I feel like any game where we draw a copy Violet's Caress while we have Starcaller Ancient out, like, we just shouldn't lose that game. Either that, or if we do, our deck's probably pretty unplayable. Crackling Tide, that's rude. Alright, well, they have a lot of draws in the bank here, too, so the good news is they're tapped out, so they're not going to be able to interact with us, so not the copy action. Sweet. Alright, well, now we want the copy action to be in our top 3. Well, we didn't find the copy action yet, but we found one of our other bounties that we put back in, so now this will draw us a bunch more cards. Hopefully find us the copy action. Where? Oh, that's the copy action. Alright, I'll play this focus. Oh, look, a free bounty of the Magus. Withering Gaze, probably. Alright, and we're just passing at this point, I think. Let's discard some of these things that I no longer need. I think I'm bidding all the resources, actually, here. It's like we're going to draw so many cards next turn, it just doesn't matter. Oh, I guess that, prophesying that onto something probably could have been valuable. I've been Transmog at this point. Yeah, probably. All these cards that are free because of Syzygy. I have Transcended, I have no need for resources. Well, we do need to find some Violet's Caresses here at some point. Yeah, I definitely should have, hopefully they don't combo kill us here. Yeah, it's getting scary. I should have kept the Seer probably over this other Transmog. Yep. So this is dying. I think that's fine. And the fact that this is dying means, oh, it's not. Sweet. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this hit. Hopefully we just combo off this turn. All right. Well. As you will. Looking for Violet's Caresses. Hey, look, there's a Violet's Caress. Was that prophesized? It was prophesized. All right. Well. All right, Violet's Caresses are now free. Let's go ahead and play this out here so we prophecy into the next thing. Are we out of bounties? Nope, there's a bounty. All right, let's cast bounty. All right, this bounty, when you play this, copy it. So when you play this, copy it, that means this is going to draw... Okay, so we don't actually want to play that one. We want to wait a turn. We don't... Well... I guess if I play this, it's going to put itself back in. That's probably fine. This might be really bad. I don't think we're going to deck here. Let's find out. I don't think we're going to deck here. Famous last words. Alright, so now... Alright. Violet's Caress. You... Violet's Caress. You... Violet's Caress. You... Violet's Caress. You... Draw a card. Violet's Caress. Alright, I have enough of them now. I can... No! Come back, opponent! I wasn't done! We were gonna draw more cards! Oh, this deck is such a riot when it works. It's such a riot. Ugh. When you gotta do the count, are we gonna deck ourselves when we start comboing here? That's how you know a TCG game is good. When you have to look at your deck and like count and go, am I gonna draw out here? Are we gonna lose because I'm about to draw out? Oh baby, 41? How low are we? That's the real question. About 2/3 the way down. It's not too bad. 59 Cosmic Constructed players, infinite limited players. Props to the people that queue Unlimited every season, because this is way harder to queue Unlimited than Constructed in this game. There's so many people playing so much Limited. Alright. Do I draw out and die or draw all the damage cards and he dies? What of these two things is about to happen? Alright, what do you think? Do we want to see more of this deck? We've been going for a little while. Let's